Royalty babes, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Royalty Ryan, back at it again with another YouTube video. Let's do that one. Y'all, as y'all can see, I'm in a whole different setup right now. I am not at home in New York. I'm in Maryland at my boyfriend's house, and I decided that I'm gonna record a YouTube video because I haven't posted a video in 2 weeks, and that's not what we're doing. So I'm taking advantage of the wonderful lighting he has in his apartment. I'm literally sitting in his living room right now on the floor with my makeup all laid out. We're gonna do the requested everyday makeup routine that everybody has been asking me for so long. Y'all, I can't even count how many times people ask me for like a makeup routine. I feel like I posted one, not even. I did post one on my Instagram. I'm gonna put my Instagram right up here on the screen if y'all wanna check that out. But I think that was like back in 2024. We're in 2026 now. And I feel like my makeup has changed so much since then. I go more towards like the natural route of makeup, and I'm not like really like with the heavy foundation, and I don't fill in my brows anymore. My makeup routine has changed so much, and this is just like a makeup look that I prefer to do when I'm going out and I want to look cute. It's just very, very natural. Like, I don't even do my lashes like that. I do like to get lash extensions, but I haven't gotten them done since my birthday in January, and I want to take a break from those because my lashes are crying for help. I'm gonna do a cute natural beat today just because everybody has been asking me. So like, if y'all ask, I'm gonna deliver. But yes, I decided to do it in the living room because look at the lighting. It's so beautiful outside. We're gonna get into the long awaited makeup, everyday makeup routine, because why not? I feel like I just need to get to it. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk while doing this makeup tutorial or really just like do a voiceover, but I do have my mic on, which I never really wear in videos, and I have it. And I always forget it at home, so we're gonna use it today. If y'all see me looking this way, that's because I have a mirror right here. Say hi. Thank God my boyfriend has this because I didn't know how I was gonna do this. I don't have no mirror, but thank God he had that. So the first step when it comes to doing my makeup, period, I always wanna start off with primers, moisturizer. I already moisturized my face, but if y'all wanna know what moisturizer I use the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream to moisturize my face. Top tier moisturizer. I tried it for free as gratis, absolutely fell in love with it, and I just keep buying jars over and over again. They're kind of pricey, but they do last a long time, so you don't have to buy this often. But first 2 steps we're gonna do is start off with my skin prep. So my Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, Mineral Unseen Sunscreen. I like to put this on underneath my makeup because I realize it's a good mattifying primer, and it actually says it on the back of the bottle that you can use it as a primer. And then I recently started using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I was never really into it, but I tried it. I had got a small one from Sephora and I tried it, absolutely loved it. So I like to go in with the Milk Primer first and really just, this is like a good gripping primer. So this is gonna have your makeup sticking, hello. This is gonna have your makeup sticking really well. And I kind of just like, I'll put it on my face like a moisturizer because I think it kind of acts as one too. And I hope y'all can hear me with this mic on because if y'all can't, I'm gonna be real upset. But I put it all over my face like this. And then I like to go in with my Mineral Unseen Sunscreen, and I like to use this. And then I like to go in with my Mineral Unseen Sunscreen. I like to go into my T-zone. These are the areas of my face that get the most oily. And this does leave a white cast. But the good part about putting this sunscreen on underneath your makeup is that nobody is going to see the white cast. So the first step is spot concealing. So I do use the Hourglass concealer. It doesn't even say the shade. I wish I could tell you the shade, but I use the Hourglass concealer. I like to spot conceal in all the areas where my dark spots show. I feel like my dark spots have been getting so much better ever since I started using the Caudalie dark spot serum. I feel like they've faded so much, and I've been trying so many different products to get rid of the dark spots, and I feel like nothing was working. And when I tried that, I was like, at first I was like, okay, nothing's happening, but you know, it works over time. And I was looking at my skin in the mirror the other day, and I was like, hold on, because I had like I had got like 3 pimples right here, and they were like kind of on top of each other, and it turned into like a huge dark spot that almost looked like a scar on my face. And I feel like that has faded so much. But anyways, I'm spot concealing in all the areas that I have dark spots in, and I like to go in the creases of my face because I feel like where it creases in the skin is the darkest. So I like to get in those little areas like by my nose, underneath my chin. I like to hit the dark spots on my forehead. Pretty much got everything covered. I'm gonna blend everything out, and it's gonna be almost like a skin tint or like almost like a light foundation. I have all my mini makeup brushes. I'm using all my travel makeup right now because all my makeup is at home. Like all my full-size products are at home, so I'm using mostly travel products that I take with me when I travel. So whenever I blend out my concealer, because I do have a foundation brush, but we're not using foundation. We're gonna use this little, what brush is this? I think this is a brush from the Ulta Beauty collection, but yeah, Ulta Beauty collection, but it doesn't say the number on here, but it's like a flat top brush with a like mini flat top brush at the bottom. And I like to use that and just blend all that concealer all over my face. I have no idea how this is looking on camera. Hopefully it's looking decent. I feel like I've gotten pale. This looks a little orange, but I don't care. I'm gonna make it work. That's one thing about me. I'm gonna make it work. But I kind of just like blend everything out and almost use it as like a foundation, but I just blend it all out. And as y'all can see, I didn't put any concealer under my eyes because that's the next step. Now that my concealer is all blended out and I spot concealed everything, we're gonna go in with the next step, which is concealer. So I like to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is the mini travel version of this, but I use it in the shade Chestnut. I have the bigger version at home. Absolutely live by this concealer. I used to use Tarte concealer like maybe 2 years ago, and then I tried the Too Faced concealer and absolutely fell in love with this concealer. It's like so full coverage. A little goes a long way. You don't have to do too much, but I kind of just put my concealer in the normal spots that everyone would put their concealer. I like to blend mine up a little bit because I love like that sharp eye effect. Then I put 2 dots on the nose. Then I do 2 spots underneath my nose and then 1 spot right there. Then I got my concealer brush. I have the Morphe concealer brush, the M31 concealer brush, and I kind of just take the concealer, blend it down. Now y'all see why I didn't put any concealer when I spot concealed under my eyes, because that's what this concealer is for. So I just blend it all down. I blend it down and then out. And then I like to blend it up. Sorry y'all, I had got a phone call, but we're blending concealer. And then I like to do the same thing underneath this eye. Well, obviously I have to do the same thing. Blend it down. Then I blend all this concealer underneath my nose. I like to blend this back up into my eye. Take the concealer on top of my nose. I like to blend that concealer down. I kind of just like blend everything together. Then I take the concealer underneath my chin. Blend that out. Then I like to take a beauty blender, but today we don't have a beauty blender. I left my beauty blender at home, but we're gonna use the back of my powder puff because this is the side I like to use powder. And then I'm just gonna use the back of my powder puff. I like to spray it with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, one of my holy grails, one of my fave. Oops, shake that up. I like to spray that on the back, kind of like pat it. And I like to blend the concealer out because sometimes it'll start to look patchy. Okay, so now that that's all blended out, I like to go in with my e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Coming in Hot Pink. And I like to take this blush. You have to be really light with this blush. Like, this blush is so freaking pigmented. I like to use this color and I like to use the Berry Well color. But it's so pigmented that all you need is 1 dot and that's it. Like, do not go too crazy with this blush unless you want to look like a clown. Like, oh my god, that was too much on my nose. That was like absolutely too much, but it's okay. It's all right. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So now I'm gonna go in with my liquid blush brush. It's the Morphe M204.5, and I like to take my blush, liquid blush, and blend it. I like to blend it up and down. I used to be the type of person who likes to put the blush on the cheeks right here, but I realized like over time that it kind of looks crazy. It was making my facial features be like slouched down, and I want to look lifted when I do my makeup look. So I kind of take my blush and I like to blend it up to my brows. Everybody has their own preference when it comes to blush. I like to do my blush like this and do the same thing on this side. I just blend it up. I take the blush, blend it up, and blend it over into my brow. Kind of like a little C or like L shape. However you see it, that's how I like to do it. And then, oh my gosh, I don't know why I did this big dot in the middle of my nose. I think I'm gonna take some of that off, put some of that right here. But I like to take some and put it on my nose too. This probably looks crazy. I look like Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, but it's all right. And now y'all probably thinking like, oh my God, her concealer. My concealer is fine, because you know what I'm about to do? I'm gonna show y'all right now what I'm about to do. That's all blended out. I'm gonna take that same concealer that I used before, if I could find it. Is this it? Yes, here it is. Chestnut. Born This Way concealer in Chestnut. And take a little bit more of that concealer, put it right back under the eyes. Get that same concealer brush that we used before and blend it out again. And I like to do the same thing, blend it up. Don't worry about the blush getting messed up, because we're gonna go in with powder right after this. The next step in my makeup routine, I love to go in with the Tarte Sculpt Tape Contour Wand. It's the mini one. Oh my God, y'all, I love mini makeup. All my makeup, most of my makeup in my travel makeup case is mini makeup brands. Sephora has the best minis section when it comes to like finding travel size versions of your favorite products. I love to go to Sephora for that. Ulta, it's okay, but Sephora is better. They have a better selection. But I like to take my Shape Sculpt Contour Wand, squeeze it just a little bit, not too much. And I like to take 1, 2. I like to contour my face. I do 2 dots right there, 2 dots right there, 2 right here, 2 right here. And I kind of like to line up my nose a little bit. This, it doesn't really matter how you do this, because that's gonna get fixed. And that's really it. I don't really like to go too crazy with the contour. I take my Ulta Beauty Collection Duo brush. These brushes don't have numbers on it, so I wish I could tell y'all numbers, but they don't have numbers. But I like to take this, and I like to take the angle brush, and I kind of just blend my contour up. And because I don't put some down here, I'll take the excess and also do it on my jawline as well too, just to add a little color back to my face. Then I'll do the same thing on this side. Then I'll do the same thing with my forehead. I kind of just blend it down. Same thing on this side. Blend it down. I also use this as my powder brush as well too, because I cannot find my liquid contour brush, so we're gonna use the powder brush. It's fine, it's gonna dry up anyway. Then I take that brush, that Duo flat brush. I use this for my nose contour, and I kind of just like blend it up. I think I put a lot, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm just gonna take some of it off and put it on my hand. And we're gonna just blend that contour in. I like to blend it into my brow bones as well too. Then I like to take the excess concealer that's on the concealer brush. And I like to use that excess concealer just to go right back in the center and kind of like highlight it again, because it does kind of go away with the contour. So now that that's all set, I'm gonna go right back under my eyes with the concealer a little bit. Now that all of my liquids are done, we're gonna go into setting. So when it comes to setting my concealer, I love to use the Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Kanafa. It's more like a bright shade because I love a bright under eye look. And I got this little mini travel one from Sephora as well too. And I kind of just take the powder, and then I use my Morphe powder puff. I press it into there like that. I like to get a lot. And then tap it on the back of my hand. And I kind of just go in the direction that I put the concealer, so down and then across. Because I told y'all I love a good chiseled, snatched makeup look. Go right back into that setting powder. Tap the excess off. Go underneath the eyes. I like to push the powder in to really get it in there. Then I take also this excess off my hand. I go right back underneath my nose. Everywhere where I put the concealer is where I'm going to put the setting powder. I like to set the bridge of my nose like that. The only place that I did not put concealer that I'm gonna put setting powder at is my jawline. Underneath that liquid contour. Y'all, this is my first time doing like a makeup tutorial and talking, so kind of bear with me. Cause I've never really done this while talking at the same time. I'm usually more focused when I do my makeup, so I never really have to talk, but y'all see that? Snatched. So now that's setting. I also like to go in with another setting powder, okay? I also like to go in with my One Size setting powder. This is more of like a brown shade. This is in the shade Deep Dark. This is more towards my skin tone, and I like to use this everywhere where I didn't use the Huda Beauty setting powder. So we're gonna open her up, you see? I like to use a different powder puff. It's also a Morphe powder puff. It's just a rounded one. And I like to take that setting powder, dab that in there, hit it on the back of my hand. This is like a palette for me, like a painting palette. You know how painters use like the palette to kind of like mix the colors? I use my hand for that. And I kind of just go everywhere, like I said, where I didn't put the Huda Beauty setting powder. And I kind of just let everything sit. I let everything just sit here for a while, set for a little bit. And yeah, so I'm gonna let this sit for a minute and then I'm gonna come right back to the camera. So now that my powders are all set, we're gonna go in with my Morphe setting powder brush, number 164.5. And we're gonna take this brush and we're just gonna blend out all of the setting powder. And sometimes it may look crazy when you finish like blending your setting powder, but it'll all come together when it's time to put that setting spray on. Now that that's all done, oh my God, it looks so good. I cannot wait until this look is finished. Y'all, I just love doing my makeup. I don't do it every day, but I try to do it as often as I can. So, next step, we're going to go in with our Hoola Toasted Bronzer. I don't even think they make this anymore. Or they probably do, but I really can't find it in the stores. Like, I don't find it. Also, I don't find it in Sephora. So this might be the last time I use this up until it's finished. I like to use the Juvia's Place one too. The Juvia's Place bronzer. Yes, the Juvia's Place bronzer kit. I like to use that, but they don't have mini versions. They only have like the big ones, if y'all know what it looks like. That's what I use, but I also use the Hoola Toasted, and I like to get the same brush that I use for my liquid contour and tap it. Blend that excess off, because oh my God, the other day I did my makeup and I realized I kind of went heavy with it, so I don't want to do that today. We're just gonna take that bronzer and go in the same spots that we contoured. We're gonna go to the nose, kind of like to bend the brush a little bit to get in that crease of my nose. I also love to put bronzer on my eyelids. I don't know why, I just do. I'm not an eyeshadow girly, so I prefer to just make it look like I at least have some color in my face with my bronzer. I'm gonna go right back in the same spots up here, and that's pretty much it. If I feel like it's a little harsh, I go in with the other side of the brush, this side, and just blend everything together. This is like my blending brush. This is what I use to blend everything together. If I feel like something is too harsh or too like heavy, I use this brush to blend everything in. I wish these Ulta Beauty Collection brushes had numbers, but unfortunately they don't. Just kind of look, I guess if you want to like find these brushes, search up travel brushes on Ulta Beauty and they'll show you like this whole thing. It came with a bunch of them together, and yeah, because they don't have numbers, and I wish they did. Like my Morphe ones have numbers, but not these ones. Now that my bronzer is all blended out, we're gonna go in with my Tower 28 blush in the shade Sunset Shirley. This is kind of the same shade. I want to say similar to the e.l.f. Camo liquid blush, like almost identical. I'm just gonna go in with this bright pink color from Tower 28. It's showing up more berry on screen, but it's definitely more of like a bright pink in person. So we're gonna take the same brush. We're gonna tap this powder, tap the excess on my hand because y'all, that's very pigmented. I'm gonna go right back in the same spots that we put our liquid blush. It still kind of shows on camera, but now that I put the blush, like the powder blush, you could definitely see it more. And one thing about me, y'all, I'm a blush girly through and through, and I love me some powder blush. Sometimes I get a little heavy-handed, but I could really care less, honestly. I'm gonna do a little bit on my nose. Let me not go too crazy like I did with the liquid. Chop a little bit of that. Okay, period. And that's it. Then, the next step after, I like to go in with some highlighter. I love to use the Fenty, what is that one? I think it's the, dang, oh my gosh, why can't I freaking think of the name? It's the Fenty highlighter, the gold sparkly one. I love to use that as a highlighter, but they don't have travel ones. And I wish they had it in a travel version. I think it's, oh, Trophy Wife. Yes, Trophy Wife. The Fenty highlighter in Trophy Wife, my favorite highlighter of all times. Like I use that, oh my gosh, I cannot get this open. I use that all the time whenever I do my makeup, especially at home because I have the big version of it, but they don't have a travel size. So I have to stick with something smaller that can fit in my makeup kit. I like to use something smaller to keep in my makeup kit. So we're gonna use the NYX Buttermelt Blush in the shade Butter and Bronze. It's like this, like bronzy, almost, it reminds me kind of like rose gold a little bit. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but I prefer not to use a highlighter like this, but this is just what we're gonna use because this is the only thing that I have in my travel makeup kit. So we're gonna use this Morphe eye blender brush. It's an eyeshadow brush, but I like to use it as a highlighter brush. It's number M33.5. I like to dip my brush in there. Y'all know me, tap that excess off because sometimes it can get a little heavy. Yeah, this is not my favorite highlighter. I really don't like the way it looks, but I don't have a choice to use this. And I love highlighters, so we're just gonna have to use this. But I take it and I kind of just like put it in the highest points of my cheeks and just blend it up. I like to put it in my brow bone. Although I should have waited because I didn't even do my eyebrows yet. And I put some on my brow bone. Then I like to take some, put it on the point and the bridge of my nose. And that's about it. Gonna take that same blending brush and kind of like blend some of that highlighter out. And then that's it for my highlighter. Next step, I should have done my brows before I did my highlighter, but it's okay. I don't really fill in my eyebrows like that anymore. I used to be that girl that used to have my eyebrows filled the fuck in. Like I'm talking nice arch, nice blended out, but I realize I'm getting older now and that's not really what I'm into anymore. Although I do still love it on other people, I just don't love it on myself anymore. And I kind of always struggle with doing my eyebrows, so I just stopped filling in my brows and I kind of just learned to go with the natural shape of my brows. So I'm gonna hold the mirror because I need to see this up close. I like to brush my brows up. It looks like on camera that I don't have much eyebrows, and I don't in person either, but I like to brush my eyebrows up. And then I don't even brush them down. You know how some people go like that? I don't do all of that. I just brush it up because I feel like when I brush my eyebrows up, it makes them look a little bit more fuller. Then I take the brow pencil side and I kind of just go in the shape of my brows. So I like to fill in those sparse areas, but I try not to be too heavy too because I don't want it to look crazy. And I kind of also make like brush strokes, and I kind of just imitate the natural shape of my brow. Like when I tell y'all I used to be in my mirror like focus filling in my eyebrows. I think I'm gonna enter in a picture right here of how my eyebrows used to look. Like when I tell y'all I used to be focused in the mirror while doing my eyebrows, like I'm telling y'all focus. And sometimes if I feel like I got a little heavy with the eyebrow brush, I just take the brush and kind of like blend out some of that product. But I kind of just go in the natural shape of my brows. I can get them done so fast. It literally does not take me long to do my eyebrows at all. And I love that for me. So yeah, I'm gonna finish filling in my brows and then I'm gonna get back to y'all when it's done. So my eyebrows are done. Then I like to go in with my Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Black. And I kind of just use that as like something to also fill in my brows. I like to go very lightly because the black is dark as hell. And I used to use the brown one, but I feel like the brown one didn't show up as much. But I feel like this also adds some oomph to my brows. It makes it look like there's more of something there. I like to go in with 3 different setting sprays. So first one is Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. All the girls know about her. She's T. Then I love Holy Grail Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. T, hands down, best setting spray ever. Then I used to be a one size girly. I used to love the one size setting spray, but I feel like it was dry, and I prefer a wet setting spray over a dry setting spray any day. So I go in with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. It's 36-hour Defy Transfer. This is literally a dupe of one size. Like literally my makeup, once I spray this, makeup is stuck. Like I'm telling y'all, I'm not going anywhere. This is tea. But I always go in with my All Nighter setting spray first. And y'all, I'll be drenching my face. I don't have a fan right now. I would usually use a fan for this, but we're gonna use a plate. It's a little ghetto, but that's fine. And I kind of just like let it dry. And it dries so fast, like. Then I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury 1 second. Once again, drenching my face. Getting that plate, letting that air dry. I feel like once you put setting spray, everything just kind of like melts into your skin and looks amazing and smooth. And then last step, L'Oreal setting spray. That was a lot, but I don't care. This setting spray right here is like sticky, but not sticky in a bad way. But like if you were to spray your face with that setting spray and then a piece of your hair touched the setting spray, you can, like when you move your hair out the way, you can feel your hair like literally being snatched off your face because of how good the setting spray is. But yes, now I'm all set. We're gonna go in with my mascara and my eyeliner. So for my eyeliners, I like to go in with my Kylie Cosmetics gel eyeliner in the shade Black, and I love to go in with my waterline with that. So I'm gonna zoom y'all in so y'all can see. So I like to take my eyelid and I kind of push it down, and I like to trace that liner on my waterline. And this freaking eyeliner, as y'all can see, is so smooth and creamy that I don't even have to go over it more than once. I kind of just go over it one time and then I'm good. But I like to trace it back and forth and really just get that on there. Oh my God, I don't think I can see. I need to look in the mirror for this. I don't think it showed up on camera. Hopefully it did. I'm pretty sure I got like a small clip of me doing it, but I just traced my waterline. Nothing too crazy. This is my Tarte tubing mascara. I have the bigger version of this too, but you know, if you don't know what a tubing mascara is, basically a tubing mascara is mascara that you put on regularly, like regular mascara, but the mascara actually kind of like forms, like, how do you say it? Like it kind of forms a tube over your natural lashes and it kind of lifts them up. And the way to take tubing mascara off, you could just get like a warm rag or just like a warm cotton round and basically put the cotton round or the rag above your lashes and kind of just slide it down, because it's not waterproof, but it comes off very easily. You don't have to use like a mascara cleanser or whatever, or micellar water. It just comes off with water. But I like to use this because it really like makes my lashes look extremely long. And I don't have much lashes, especially because ever since I snatched out my lash extensions, I haven't had much hair on my actual lashes like in a while. But this, like, even though it looks like I have no lashes, this mascara makes it look like I have lashes. Cause like pretty much if I don't do lash extensions and just leave my lashes alone, my lashes get so long. They don't really get full, but they do get long. So I went in with a first layer, and I like to let the first layer dry while I do my bottom lashes as well too. I don't know about y'all, but I love a bottom lash. I won't get bottom lashes if I do lash extensions, but if I put on mascara, I'll definitely put mascara on my bottom lashes, because my bottom lashes are freaking long. Probably like 2 years ago, I started putting mascara on my bottom lashes and like absolutely fell in love with the look of my bottom lashes, having mascara on them. I don't know why, I just feel like it adds to the look. Okay, so I'm gonna finish my lashes and then I'm gonna get back to you guys when I'm finished. Okay, so I am finished with my mascara and my liner, and the last and final step of this makeup look to complete this whole thing is my lip combo. So this right here is like my holy grail. This is like my go-to lip combo right here. I do have a whole bunch of other lip combos that I love to do, but this one right here is my favorite. I always go back to this one because it looks the best on me. So I like to use the MAC lip liner in the shade Chestnut. Y'all know all the girlies, the black girls, we love this lip liner right here. She's T. It took me a long time to actually get into this lip liner because I used to think that the MAC lip liners were very dry, but I feel like they kind of changed the formula and made it a little bit better, a little bit more creamier, because before it used to feel like I was putting chalk on my lip. So my favorite lip liner before this used to be, which it still is one of my favorites, the Fenty Traced Out Liner in the shade Browned Out. All-time favorite lip liner. I just haven't used it in a while because I always go back to my MAC lip liner. And then I love to go in with my Ren Beauty lip gloss in the shade Juice Box. This is like the perfect, like it doesn't even show up like this on my lips. It shows up a little bit more natural and like pinkish looking, but I love this Ren Beauty lip gloss. Like she is so tea. So you know how lip liner goes. You kind of just like trace the shape of your lip. Okay, now that that's finished, I go in with my Ren Beauty lip gloss and just go over everything. Oh my gosh, I kind of put too much. I'm so glad to have lip gloss on because my lips felt so ashy. Y'all see how it gives me like that natural like pink tinted look, but like it looks nothing like what it looks like in the bottle. So yes. So that's the complete makeup look. I'm gonna do my lashes, put on some earrings, put a necklace on, and then show y'all the complete look. Okay, you guys, so this is the final and complete makeup look. I did my edges, I put some earrings in, I put a necklace on to really put the whole look together. I absolutely love my makeup. I love the way it looked a year ago and I love the way it looks now. This is just something more updated and more of my everyday makeup routine. If you guys want to take some tips and tricks from my video and apply them to your makeup routine, you can happily do so. That's literally why I posted this video. But yes, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to be part of the Royalty Babe gang, subscribe down below and also connect with me on my socials that will be down in the description box. But yes, thank y'all so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. She cries to the heaven above.